get it, OB.
To a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any destructive behavior such as fighting, throwing out, using improper language or gestures, entering the court, or interrupting play.
Moments away, they gather at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. The Suns taking on the 76ers. For the Suns, they'll be on the road in a tough test. But when this team shines, they shine brightly. Now it's proving time. Sixers, Suns, it's next. Hello out there, and get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. Allie LaForce with us on the sidelines. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Bradley Beal.
And when you look at his offensive output over the past few years, it seems like other teams have figured him out and have his number now. He's having to put in a lot more effort on the offensive end, but without producing nearly the same results.
Now let's take a look at Phoenix's opening lineup. Booker and Beal in the talented backcourt. Kevin Durant is out there with Nick Richards, and it's Dunn in at the 3 spot. And for Philadelphia, they've got Joel Embiid. Maxey out there with George, and it's the general in at power forward. Well, at this point of the season, the identity and merit of each team is becoming more and more clear, Grant.
Oh, yes, indeed. I mean, we have a good understanding of who the real contenders are. But there always seems to be a dark horse team that makes a push in the second half of the season. Anything can happen.
Good work defensively by Richards. Up top, Durant. He played a great game against Indiana. Pass to Booker. Back to Durant. Shot clock at 6. From downtown, they get it back. Out to Beal. From deep. Deflects the pass. Oh, stolen by Embiid. Grimes, the pass to the general. Embiid, a screen on Durant. The general. Off target from three-point range. Phoenix has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Clark, one of the league's premier scorers. Embiid does a lot of damage in the mid-range.
I tell you, for a guy as big as he is, I just marvel at his touch, his footwork, and the fact that he scores at all 3 levels. He scores at the rim, mid-range, he's dangerous, and then the three-point shot is one that he can knock down with decent regularity. So at his size, most would like to see him attack the rim more, but I still marvel at his versatility as a scorer.
Now here's Richards. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And Durant with the big finish.
That's the defense's fault right there. You can't allow Durant to get that kind of position.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse. We talked about how he plans to contain Devin Booker, and coach said first, we've got to be on him at all times, and second, we can't let him get favorable matchups. He needs our best defenders on him, trying to work over screens and stay on top of Booker. That's the name of the game here, guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie.
Yeah, you know, at first glance, you might think Durant has trouble finishing through contact, but think again, folks. I mean, you can't measure desire by body type.
Here's the general. Embiid, a screen on Durant. And the general gets it to go. The general's got 6 points.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Done outside. Outside Durant. Lets the 3 fly. Hits the three-pointer.
Scoring well this quarter. Picking up steam as he goes.
The 76ers have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Embiid passes to the general. And the 76ers another three.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
Now here's Booker, a guy this team turns to often, averaging almost 24 a game.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
Here's George, and the jam by George.
And it's really obvious that George has put a ton of time into improving his handle. I mean, you never know what he's going to do with the ball in his hands, and most times it's pretty good.
Philadelphia leading by 4. Clark, the Sixers have been at least 10 games over 500 for 7 straight seasons now.
Yeah, and that's great to see after, what was it called, the process that took them all the way to the very depths of the league to finally build themselves back into a consistent playoff team. And their fans certainly deserve good times for struggling through all of those bad times several years ago.
And that one misses. And you watch Tyrese Maxey, Clark. He's so good at creating offense.
Yeah, he can get that thing rack to rack and downhill in a heartbeat, VA. In the break and in the pick and roll, he puts tons of pressure on the defense because he's so quick. And he knows how to use angles, too. And he can shoot it from deep, so he's got the full package. Nobody better at getting inside and finding good looks. KD rarely forces anything, and he usually gets the best shot available.
Here's the general. He's got 9. Fires the 3. Durant pulls it in. Suns trail by 3. Booker for 3. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. Pass to the general. Here's McCain. Launches it. On target from range.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Outside Durant. And here's Richards. Still without a bucket. Booker for 3. Rebound by Philadelphia. And this squad has managed the unthinkable, stringing together 34 straight wins and eager to add number 35 tonight. To say they're on a heater is an understatement.
I don't even know how you describe the winning streak this team is on. It's a combination of the talent this crew has, but the confidence and self-belief and togetherness, cohesiveness that these guys have. It's a special thing to behold.
2 shots.
And he's good on the second. Just 4 seconds left in the first quarter. Fires away from way outside. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Philadelphia on top. They lead by 5. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
We've got Kelly Oubre, and it's Embiid in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, the general their last time out against the Nets was just insanity. He had 39 points, and he was locked in from deep. But when hasn't he been? Putting in a performance like that one really builds momentum in your direction. We'll see how far he rides that wave tonight, guys.
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
I'm being told we've got Shams Charania on the line with a developing story. Shams, what's the scoop?
Thank you, B.A. With the trade deadline nearing, the front office of the Orlando Magic have announced their latest move. They've made an aggressive move to bring in Mitchell Robinson. He can protect the rim and he can get out on shooters. He just has so much energy on that side of the floor. It changes what you can do defensively, and that by itself can make all the difference.
Always great to hear from you, Shams. Thanks so much. The general passes to Grimes. You know, Clark, over the past few seasons, we've seen a historic amount of 20-point-per-game scorers in the league.
And that's a function, BA, of the overall skill level being at its all-time high in league history in my mind, but also the pace of play, the way the game is played, three-point shooting, there's scoring, there's more scoring, so more guys are scoring. And I think on top of that, it's a little easier to score because of how the game is played and officiated. It's tilted a little more in favor of the offense for the entertainment value of point production.
George, he's checked in for Oubre. And the Suns also making a change. Dunn, he's checked in for Bol. From behind the arc. O'Neal misses. Philadelphia leading by 8. Here's the general. He's got 12. Pass to Embiid. Lets it go from deep. The general, no good.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
Morris passes to O'Neal. Right wing. 6 on the shot clock. Takes the 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
They're making a few more threes this quarter, trying to cut into that deficit.
Pass to Grimes. Down low. Kicks it to George. Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. There's a screen. Here's the general. Counted from distance. The general's got 6 here in the quarter.
He's been dropping them in from downtown since the tip. 3 triples in the first quarter, 2 more since.
And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Andre Drummond is checked in for the Sixers. Tyrese Maxey comes in for Grimes. Durant, he's checked in for the Suns. Devin Booker comes in for Morris. A minute 53 left to play in the first half. Outside O'Neal. Launches a 3. And the Suns miss again. Philadelphia leading by 8. Maxey passes to the general. Now George. Here's the general. He's got 15. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
And they've been able to maintain this lead despite his inconsistency from the field.
Well, Grant, the Suns were swept in the first round last year. Are super teams a thing of the past, you think?
You know, perhaps, B.A. The Suns had KD, Booker, and Bradley Beal, but the constraints of the salary cap mean you end up a little top-heavy. The rest of the roster was tough for them to fill out.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, Kevin Durant steadily climbing up the top 10 of the all-time scoring list. He said, I've been in the league for half of my life now. It's a blessing to be playing on this platform and doing what I love to do. I just want to continue to keep putting in good work and keep adding to what I already did.
One of the greats, Allie. Thank you. Here's Lee. Durant. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. When you look at the career of Kevin Durant, he's had an amazing list of teammates, Grant.
Yeah, that's true, B.A. And it started with Westbrook and Harden. Then he had Steph, Clay, and Dre, Kyrie, and then Booker and Beal. That is quite the list.
And he drops it first. it's the Philadelphia 76ers going into the break up 12. They've had incredible success defensively, taking away good looks and pressuring shooters. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot from goal, please. They're measuring up that shot. Oh! Give it up for the participant.
And welcome to halftime. With the All-Star festivities around the corner, here are the favorites to take part in the dunk contest.
This is a contest where sometimes you get guys who don't play much. So a lot of their best dunks happen in practice. Makes the evaluation a lot harder.
Word gets out, though, Kenny.
And time to talk now about that first half. What a dominant display for the 76ers.
I have some research here that might explain everything. Apparently 3 is more than 2. They keep making threes. That's why they're ahead.
I can't even begin to tell you how profound that was, big fella. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And here's Durant. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. A 12-point game. All right, time for an injury report.
Hey guys, the head athletic trainer for the 76ers let me know the status. All signs point to a high ankle sprain, something that they're going to have to be very careful with. And for a team with eyes on the championship, this injury could have serious implications. We will see how it affects them.
Okay, thanks for the update. Good to get that information. Now we know how things are coming along, Grant.
That's true. It's the uncertainty factor with injuries that can be so hard to handle.
And, you know, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling.
Kicking off the second half, here's Mike Budenholzer's 5. Booker and Beal in the talented backcourt. Nick Richards out there with Kevin Durant. And it's done in at the small forward position. Basket's good.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
And, you know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Yeah, and one of the most skilled players we've ever seen. Durant just continues to dominate offensively.
Here's the general. He's got 21. Blocked! Now here's Dunn to the inside. Here's Booker. The rebound by Maxey.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
Pass to the general. Ooh, ripped away! Richards with it. Picked up by Embiid. Now Booker. Richards with it. It's Booker on the wing. George defending. Just 5 to shoot. George with the block.
Timed it beautifully, and George able to send it back with authority.
Pass to the general for 3. It's hauled in by the Suns. Durant's got 5 rebounds tonight. Booker finds Durant. Easy money for KD inside.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. 11 feet out, and he hits it. The General's got 23 points.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Now here's Durant. Nice little shot fake there. Got the D out of position. He's got 21.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Here's the general. And it's all from three-point range. Suns trail by 11. And Devin Booker is already one of the greatest players in Suns history.
Well, you could argue that Steve Nash still ranks ahead of him. He did win 2 MVPs with the Suns. But when it's all said and done, I think Booker will be regarded as the best.
And the Suns shooting the rock well at 46%. We've got Maxey. He's out there with Edwards. Joel Embiid is out there with Kelly Oubre. And it's the general in at the power forward position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers.
They finally found their shooting touch after a rough first half.
The general. The 3 ball. Drops in the 3.
Once again, he's able to knock down the long-range jumper. He's on automatic. Just a brilliant game.
And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Here's the general. This one for 3. Plumlee pulls down the board. Pass to Dunn. 1 minute in now in the fourth quarter. Maxey against Booker. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Well, Grant, if you talk about consistent top-level scores, Devin Booker is near the top of that list.
Yeah, and going back to the 17-18 season, Devin has averaged at least 25 points every year. Book can create his own shot and finish. It's hard finding guys who can do both.
The 76ers making a switch here. George is checked in. And a change for the Suns. Martin's checked in.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Now here's Martin. To the middle. O'Neal misses. The Sixers lead by 13. Here's the general. Off target from outside. And it's Phoenix's ball. When this one's over, they'll be off to Charlotte as they take on the Hornets. That'll be the back end of a 3-game road trip. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to be on Cody Martin. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for Philadelphia?
Well, you know, throughout this game, they've shot the ball extremely well from downtown. Their shooters are getting open and letting it fly.
Well, another area they've been productive is off of turnovers, scoring many times after forcing the ball out of their opponent's hands.
Durant, the pass to Richards. Good work defensively by Oubre. The 76ers have gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now.
Always able to see the complete floor. Maxey, great vision.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Beal finds Durant. Durant with a screen on Maxey. Devin Booker for 3.
Excellent vision by Durant out there. What a nice pass.
They can take their time if they want.
Yes, you have to regroup. Make sure you get a good shot.
Here's the general. Screen by Embiid. Here's the general. Goes back up. And Embiid with the lay-in. And the 76ers lead by 16.
Embiid knows how to bully his way into position for the putback.
They get it back.
Philadelphia foul. Joel Embiid. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Suns, Kevin Durant.
And he knocks down the first one.
I don't think you could design a better scorer than Durant. I mean, range from deep, the touch at the rim, excellent handles, 7 feet tall. He does everything you want from your first option.
Grimes, he's checked in for the Sixers. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter here. The Sixers lead by 14. Here's the general. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Outside Durant. Durant earning those 2 points.
An outstanding performance from Durant so far. But you know what? That's par for the course for him. He's just a natural scorer.
Embiid, a screen on Durant. Here's the general. Connects again from distance. Man, he's really launching him from outside the arc.
And so locked in, feeling confident in his three-point shot tonight. It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the 76ers.
The coaching staff has to be happy with the way they've limited their turnovers here.
Yeah, B.A., that's hashtag facts. Just tremendous patience and self-control.
And they notch another win, number 34 of the year.
And it's got to feel good taking both wins in their season series against Phoenix.
And what a huge performance it was for the general.
And I love his composure. He didn't try to do too much or force things, but he was ready to take advantage of every opening the defense gave him.
Bradley Beal with a rebound. 34 seconds left in the final quarter. Here's Durant. That one's in there on the nice assist from Beal.
It's obvious Beal is a bona fide scorer, but he's no ball hog. I mean, he's willing to set other people up, too.
Here's the general. Uses the glass to finish the layup. The general's got 41.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Devin Booker.
So no problem for Philadelphia as they get the win. They didn't have to.
That's what I'm talking about.
You got it. Come on, man. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. I got more. Hey, come around. Shut up, shut up. Way to grab that, eh? Focus. Let's get this started already. Come on, MP. Your confidence is gone now. get into the game.
Come on! What are you... Bro, MP, come on. You...
Get after it, MP. All right, MP, you ready? MP, you're my favorite player, man. You always do.
Greetings, everyone. Glad to have you here with us on this Wednesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Here in this stage of the season, Greg, what can struggling teams do to better themselves?
You mean besides make a big trade move? I mean, I think about lineups and schemes. You have to look at what you can control and really establish your identity.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. They've got Jordan Poole. He's out there with Koulibaly. Chris Middleton is out there with Song. And it's Champagnie in at the 4 spot. Here's the general. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Alex Song.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
The 76ers shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. That's good from the general. Both free throws good from the general. GA, when it comes to the Wizards, they have a pretty spotty track record over the past decade.
Kevin, it's tough to get things right in the draft. Plus, they have just had poor lottery luck, only selecting higher than 8th once in the last decade. But they have passed on some superstar-level talent.
And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Sarr sets the screen for Poole. Pass to Middleton. Pocket 6. And here is Poole. Nice ball movement by Washington. Shot by Champagnie, no good. Here's Grimes. He's defended by Koulibaly. The general. Good.
Smart pass by Grimes. He wasn't finding his shot, so time to give one away.
A slow start for Washington in this one. It's a 5-point game. In the corner, it's Koulibaly. Pass to Middleton. Poole with it. Puts up a 3. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Shooters shoot. Poole just couldn't let that 3 go unanswered.
George passes to the general. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Pass to Poole. Middleton outside. It's hauled in by Paul George. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. The general can't get it to go. Wizards have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Brent Koulibaly got a lot of minutes last season, and it's paid off.
Well, Kevin, I think this guy is hungry. I think he's hungry to prove that he can be an elite wing player in the league. His work ethic is top-notch, and this guy, if he goes at it defensively, can be on those all-defensive teams by the time his career is done.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the general in his last time out against Phoenix was outstanding. He came away with 41 points and, as always, was a force on defense, doing whatever he wanted at that end. He was a jack of all trades for them. He helped them out in every facet of the game. Back to you guys.
Yeah, David, he was in attack mode all night long. GA really propelled them to that win.
When he's on, he is on. And there isn't all that much you can do to stop him.
And sometimes you can just look at a guy and you see the confidence that he's playing with. That's what I like best.
Champagnie passes to Middleton. And so the ball's out of bounds. Middleton touched it last. And here in January, a few teams starting to solidify their spots in the power rankings. Others, not so much. Taking a look at Boston, they're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And right now for the 76ers, they continue to obliterate expectations because they found a way to get the most out of the guys on this roster.
Kispert's checked in for Washington. And it's Drummond with the jam.
He's one of the best in the league at just grabbing those O boards, and we've seen him do it year in and year out.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Wizards making a switch here. And it's time for a look at our rookie leaderboard to see which rookies have been the most dangerous scorers in the league over the last 10 games. Take a look at the general, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
That's just an impressive scoring run. And guys, I don't think he's done. He's got a lot more where that came from.
Pass to Kispert. Holmes with a screen on Butler. And stolen by Drummond. Oubre with it. Now guarded by Middleton. To the paint. And here is Butler. Here's Tarlock. Hits the three-point bomb. The Generals got 11 points.
Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
Now Middleton. Last time 14 points for him. They need this. That one goes. Count it.
Now working in the mid-range. Middleton finding some ways to play in between.
Butler passes to the General. 24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And it just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Butler against Brogdon. A baseline J, drained for 2 points.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
And so it's Philadelphia in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they... And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the 76ers.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
So on the floor for Washington, they've got Kispert. Brogdon out there with Holmes, and it's Carrington in at the two-guard position. Tyrese Maxey grabs the miss.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Here's Tarlock, and he jams it with authority.
You have to prevent him from getting to the paint, unless you want to see a highlight.
Wizards trail by 11. This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team, showing that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
Takes the three. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Here's Champagnie. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Champagnie's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's the General. He's got 19. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. The game is certainly going international. Commissioner Adam Silver says, with basketball's exponential growth, it's now truly a global game. We're fortunate that the very best in the world want to play in a single league. And Kevin, the NBA continues to draw talent from all corners of the globe.
And David, you've been all over the globe, and the talent level undeniable.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Brogdon with a screen for Kispert. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The 76ers leading by 14. Here's the General. He's got 22. Another three for Philadelphia.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid, coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Both teams deciding to change it up. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are one or two of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top. Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
They set the screen. Takes it inside. Pass to Kispert. 6 to shoot. And they get it. And Poole with the layup. Poole's got 5 now.
Those are 2 tough points from Poole. Great to see him mixing it up down low.
George looking over the floor. No good with the triple attempt from the General. Wizards trail by 17. 54 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Poole. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Embiid's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Tarlock. And that one is hammered home.
Yeah, spotting the open teammate there. Nice work by Maxey.
Washington has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Poole the pass to Sarn from deep. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. What more can you say about this team? They've won 35 games in a row. No one seems to have any answers for them right now.
Well, this squad has been on an unreal tear through the competition to this point. No question, this is going to end up being one of the greatest all-time streaks that we have ever seen. How far can these guys go? And what's going to be the factor in the game that ends this streak? It's going to be interesting.
Here's Poole. Makes it off the glass. Poole's got his 3rd basket of the night. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hey folks, first off, looking ahead. Look, I know this is going off topic, but during the first half, we were doing some dribbling drills. So, Kenny, as the point guard here, I want you to rank. Now let's talk about that lopsided first half. Obviously, a lot of work to do for the Wizards. And that'll do it for halftime.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, the General has been really making it happen, guys.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
The General is out there with Paul George. Then it's Joel Embiid. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2 guard. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. I tell you what, Brent, this Jordan Poole is one confident player.
Yeah, his mindset, though, Kevin, has to shift to being more consistent. So we've seen these outbursts in scoring from Jordan Poole. But really, you want to have a more reliable player in what he does both offensively and defensively. Hopefully he finds that.
It's hauled in by the 76ers.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Tarlock. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Pass to Sarn. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's the general. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Jacks up a 3. The rebound by Champagnie. And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for the Wizards. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Pass to Coulibaly. Nice ball movement by Washington. Washington needs to get a shot off here. Goes up on the high post. And Poole gets it to go. Poole's got 5 points in the quarter.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Coulibaly pops in the layup for 2.
And Poole's vision developing right in front of us.
Over to the left wing. Pass to the general. Gets the three-pointer to fall. The general's got 41.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now trying to put this one away. Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up and you can't knock it down.
Hook shot on the way. The shot, no good. Wizards have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Coulibaly finds Poole. This one for 3. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Tarlock. It's rebounded by Coulibaly.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. A move that likely helped the league's parity has been shortening max contract lengths. Commissioner Silver says we used to refer to it as dead money. A star player toward those end years sitting on the bench. We've reduced max contracts to 5 years, in some cases 6. This way, it moves to more pay for performance. Kevin?
I think, DA, that's a pretty good business decision. It's going to have nice ramifications. Here's Carrington. No scoring in this one. From outside the arc. That one's not going to go. Philadelphia leading by 19 points. The general can't get it to go. Butler against Middleton. Brogdon outside. Back to Middleton. Middleton is doubled. The shot by Brogdon wide open. And the 3 off target. Philadelphia shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Stolen by Kispert. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Middleton on the wing. Great D that time from Oubre.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers sitting on a 21-point lead to... And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, put the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. We've got Sadiq Bey. Also Corey Kispert out there. Gill is out there with Brogdon. And it's Carrington in at the shooting guard.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And here is Brogdon. Goes up on the wing, and he knocks down the jumper. Brogdon's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Wizards.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. The General passes to Drummond. Fires for three. The General can't get it to go. Wizards trail by 19. Here's Carrington. Brogdon outside. A three-pointer off the mark. Philadelphia's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Pass to the General. The 11-footer. Gill with the rebound. For Washington, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Now, here's Brogdon. Here's Gill. Three-pointer. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Here's the three. Connects again from distance.
He's scorching hot. Another three.
And he's approaching the franchise record for threes in a game. And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Both teams will make substitutions.
Substitution on the court.
Pass to Champagny. Back to Poole. And George gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. In the NBA, helping establish academies and even leagues, Greg, on foreign soil. Do you expect more to come?
I do, Kevin. I think the league recognizes it has a big role to play in the expansion of the game globally. Investments being made with the long-term view in mind.
The General.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
And Middleton kicks to Poole. Champagny passes to Sarr. The three from Poole. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
Well, when he has a chance to set up like that, Poole is one of the game's better shooters.
And again for 3.
And guys, this is a historic shooting night for him. Tied for 3rd now for most threes in a game.
The points, GA, just keep piling up, and the threes keep dropping in. He is red hot from beyond the arc. Here's the General. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. And it's a completely new group here. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to come.